What's up, AKAPADers? It's Wildstorm Wednesday. We gotta critique Jim Lee. What is he doing with this comic shop opening? Let's go. Let's talk about it. Oh, I need a little bit of a shake. What is up, my AKAPADers? Hey, FYI, it's Flyer season. The Phils are over. Flyers, Eagles, let's go. Welcome to Philadelphia, PA. I'm Peter A. DeLuca, AKAPAD69, and say it with me, known through Philly, Europe, and the vast multiverse as your eclectic one. People, so Jim Lee literally... See, just the way how and welcome to Wildstorm Wednesdays, by the way, the long-form study of the 90s publishing powerhouse, Wildstorm Productions. These videos have now kind of turned into a Jim Lee commentary, Jim Lee tracking, Jim Lee critique, where he can do nothing right. And I have to say, I really do believe that's true. At least when we cover Rob Liefeld, I feel like it's balanced, because for everything Rob Liefeld does that's good, he does something that's cringeworthy, weird, and, you know, bad. So anyway, so Jim Lee, the world that I grew up in, the world we all grew up in, right? Comic books underneath the bed. You never admit that you read them. God forbid if a girl found out that you read comic books, let alone the cool guy in school, you would be ridiculed. You're not, no hand job, no nothing, no makeout session. You are castrated socially. But now I guess it's cool, I guess it's chic. And Jim Lee just, you know, in his high horse publisher, CEO, whatever he is of DC Comics, you know, we all know his history. We know his work ethic. The guy does work. He is smart. He hasn't done all bad things, but he's kind of like suckling the little titty tit of celebrities. He kisses up to Zack Snyder. He kisses up to James Gunn, and now he's kissing up to this. We will just show it real. Well, let me just show it. Yeah, so here we have, you know, Jim Lee's like, hey, this drummer guy from this band is opening up a comic shop. It's not really a comic shop, because we're going to get some video on that very soon. It's not a comic shop. It's a retail investment. There is nothing comic shop about this little tour that Jim Lee walks us through. But my overall, like, I'm getting a little hunchy. But my overall position on this is that why does the comic book industry care about a drummer in some freaking band? Great band. Yeah, they're great. But why do we care? Why can't comic book shops be comic book shops? Why can't the comic book world band together and support other books, other creators, other shops? To me, a comic book shop should be mostly cardboard. It shouldn't be Funko Pops. It should be maybe some trading cards, Magic the Gathering, or whatever. But it shouldn't even really have that. When you walk into a comic shop, you should get the whiff of the old ink. You should have wall books that you can't afford. You should be frustrated that you cannot buy everything you see. That is a comic shop. Jim Lee here is just sucking the teat of yet another celebrity, another guy he wants to pal around with and act like, hey, we're both in the same space, we're both creators. No. The comic book world needs to be isolated. We need to put the walls back up. We need to shut everyone out and only allow, you know, like, let's just gatekeep. But I'm not talking about the gatekeeping within the comic shops. I'm talking about the industry as a whole. People, comics are too, like, they're too pathetic. It's like, why are comic book creators and comic book properties, like, why does your property have to become a Netflix show? Why can't it just exist as a comic book, as comic book creators? It's an epidemic. This is like 20, 30 years in the making over here. They just want attention from other industries, other media, other personalities. It makes no sense to me. Strong books, period. And Jim Lee here, and he does this little tour, okay, and he puts this lovable caption. He goes, well, no one's here yet. Well, I guess we're a little too early. No, Jim Lee, you're somehow involved with a comic shop. You're promoting a comic shop. People don't want comic shops. They don't want comic shops in the malls. What we want are comic shops down the beaten path. I would love to be able to go down, almost like Sleepy Hollow. You go down that trail to find your comic shop, okay? This whole thing with mainstreaming comic books, and somehow it's a validation is pathetic. And Jim Lee, as of right now, is the biggest personality in comic books, sucking at the nipple of celebrity, hoping for validation, hoping for some level of credibility from these people that have no skin in the game whatsoever. Here, this channel, the AKAPAD Army, we are what's strong about comic books. We are the ones forging the path, even if it's through creation, if it's content, whatever. Like, we forge the path. These individuals, Jim Lee, you gotta go. Just let it go. Let him drive and burn DC Comics into the ground. There's nothing left for us. There's nothing left for Marvel. It just really fires me up. It gets me angry. But people, what do you think? What do you think? Jim Lee is promoting a comic shop. He could be promoting other creators, other books. He can even be pumping up the stock of the people in his own company. He could be finding up and comers like he did once before. Remember, the AKAPAD Army loves Sam Keith. We haven't done hardly anything on Sam Keith on this channel. Jim Lee's like the guy that found Sam Keith. He found Chavez Crarash. He let those guys do Cliffhanger. He has an eye. He understands the industry. He can promote and he can himself. I mean, Jim Lee on his reach alone and his resources alone could reforge a new era in comic books based on merit and creativity. But what does he do with that attention? He's sucking the knob of a freaking drummer. Why?